Hello, hello. Let me switch this over. I gotta make sure this stays where I can see it, and this stays where I can see it. There we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's go. Pop. Right into the corner, baby. Welcome to Comicdud's Corner. I'm sure some of you have been here before. Some of you maybe not. I've streamed on YouTube a handful of times, different points in history. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. Oh ho, hello, hello. I'm just gonna do a short little stream, just kind of recognizing the milestone, and I'm very happy about. And so here we are. And thank you guys for stopping by and like saying congrats. Where's my... There it is. There's my little walking animation. Got on in here okay. So basically what I got kind of planned, short little stream. I'll just be doing some drawing, maybe a little bit of animating, a little bit of chatting. You know, not trying to make a huge thing out of it, but, you know, I thought I wanted to do a little bit of something. Howdy, howdy. So, usually when I stream, I try to stream on Twitch. Very rarely anymore, just because I'm so focused in on working on my stuff that I don't really feel in a mental spot to, entertain. You know what I mean? So I kind of keep to myself mostly as far as that goes. But every once in a while, I'll hop on there, and you'll be able to see me do some of my art and animation. But I thought today, jump on here, so you can see the little studio. Anyway, so this year's been pretty cool because I've kind of been like focusing in on you know, like VTuber fan animations, and that's been fun because I've just been able to like do a lot with that. And my main goal was, you know, try and put out more or less like an animation a week, kind of within that like minute range, something short, something like doable. And for the most part, I've been kind of keeping up with that. I think May I dropped off. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. There might have been another week or two, where it was kind of like falling off here and there, but anyway, yeah, that's where we're at right now. I've got a project I'm in the middle of working on, which it's pretty much almost done. Probably finish it tomorrow, I think. And I've got another short one that I'll probably show you a little bit of tonight, just because I think it'd be a good like jumping off point to kind of walk you through the process a little bit, at least what I do. I don't do anything too crazy, you know. It's mostly just grab some audio from a stream or a clip or whatever I think is kind of entertaining, and then, you know, if I have like a good idea on how to animate it, I'll do that. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to make it work out. You know, sometimes I don't feel like, you know, your hair shaved off now. Oh, sometimes I don't feel like I'm gonna make it, but It always ends up working out, at least it has so far. Maybe they're too late, but whatever. Here we go. I put on my skateboard and then the hair's basically covered up. But no, I don't really want to cover that all up. I think it's kind of funny about this model is I don't have nose, I don't have ears. And I think the way that I've drawn this model more recently, I think the hair's a little bit bigger when I end up like drawing it. Maybe that body's gotten smaller. But I made this model and everything like last year, and so I've got a lot of different things I can do with it, so I kind of keep it that way. So, anyway, enough of hanging out in my corner. Let's go to the art studio. Wow, we're in the art studio now. Comicdud's Corner Art Studio. Isn't this exciting? So this is kind of like the zoomed out view. You come on in here, and it's like, wow, it's like a whole little place. But then we go in here. Let's see if I hit the right button. There we go. Pair off, got my drawing outfit. And then we zoom in. Now we're close-up mode. And then, wow, you got my hand right here. So this is where we're going to be for the majority of the stream. Kind of like locked in on my canvas here while I'm chatting it up. And I guess while I'm thinking about it, honestly, like a good handful, at least like a third of those subscribers, since my channel's been around for so long, maybe a little bit less than a third of the subscribers I would have gotten before this year. There we go. Through miscellaneous animations like, you know, Game Grumps or Oni Plays, because that's the stuff that I used to do that ended up getting me like views and stuff, views and subscribers. And then I've done like some personal projects which like got some attention as well. But the point I'm getting at is I think this year has probably been like a net gain of maybe like 20, which is, I think, very, you know, still very cool, very impressive. But it's not like my channel just popped up out of nowhere. I think it's good to recognize that I've actually been like on YouTube in some capacity for maybe reconnection successful. Okay, cool. I don't know. I'd have to look at my channel, figure out how long I've been here. It would have been at least like 15 years, I think. But now I'm curious. Now I kind of want to know, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's see. If I go here, if I go to more. Okay, well, technically I joined in 2007, I guess. That'd be almost 18 years, right? Huh. Oh, that's weird to think about. I've had this YouTube channel since 2007? What the hell? Hello. Oh, you're Awesome Night? Okay, sweet. Supreme Awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't have known. But yeah, I think part of the reason I don't know. I like keeping the Comicdud name instead of just like completely changing it. Because it kind of feels good to know that even though it's like, not necessarily, I don't know. Sometimes I like to think of myself as, you know, as kind of a comic dud. Oh, hey! Posty, I recognize you from Twitter. Howdy, howdy. Negative way. But, I just think that, you know, I've been kind of... I think I'm having some connection issues, which is unfortunate. I look up, I see some issue. That says excellent connection. I don't know. Little bit. Okay. I was curious if you guys were noticing that too. Unfortunately. But I'm not gonna try and let it, like, hinder me too much, I don't think. The, thought I was in the middle of was basically just, you know, there have been plenty of points where I've kind of like thought of just like not doing like art and animation, because it's like, what am I actually like doing? Like, what am I, you know, what am I going for? What am I making? People like enjoying my stuff, whatever. Am I enjoying my stuff? You know, I've thought about that over the years. And I've taken breaks from drawing. I'm gonna delete this guy. I've taken breaks from drawing. And I'll like game and stuff. There have been like periods of time where I'm just like gaming, straight gaming. But like despite everything, I always like come back to animating and drawing cartoons. Even if it's like kind of rough, and even if it's kind of like, you know, odd. I guess I say odd, I mean like just kind of like not super clean quality. Oh, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. But basically, like, even though I've taken like breaks in the past, like I can never like give up doing like this stuff, I guess. And I always find like a new way to, you know, use these talents, I guess, for lack of a better word. Because it's like I was saying earlier, like I used to make like fan animations of like, you know, Game Grumps and Pony Plays and stuff. And I think making VTuber animations is kind of a natural progression of that. Because it's just a different group of people making funny game videos that you animate over. Wait, I don't want to do the dots on there. A funny animator guy. It's the funny animator guy. Yeah. I think I'd like to think that with a name like Comicdud, it can kind of, I don't know, relate off to other people and say, well, even if a Comicdud like that can keep making stuff or like, you know, find some interest, whatever, there's hope for me too. But that's just me trying to think about my name a little bit more than I probably did when I originally came up with it. Ah, Bakwa. I also like animating VTubers because I like the anime style, don't get me wrong. But I feel like you don't get enough variety. Or there can always be more variety, let me say, with how they're depicted. And I think there's always room for funny cartoon designs. What goes Binted? Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. This is kind of like my main... Boat goes. Boat goes. Stream goes. I definitely was like in the middle of watching Gigi, CC, and Ina play Night Rain. And that was pretty fun. Which I'd like to play that eventually. I think that'd be entertaining, but it's something that I'd want to play with people, you know? This is very... I think, whatever. This is kind of like head and torso shot. I guess I'm just doodling while I'm talking. Gigi just runs really fast. She lives like basically next door. Being able to run across the hall practically just to see a friend can't really be beat. I try to watch clips, streamers that I prefer, you know, whatever. You can say like Oshi or whatever terminology, but oh, that's interesting. I know I've been animating a lot of Hololive, but I like checking out indies too, you know. But I usually have to see that stuff through clips. This is an interesting look here. Sometimes I'll see a clip, and I'll make like I want to make like an animation based off that, and sometimes it'll be like during a stream, and then I'll want to like clip the audio, and then do that. You know what I mean? This is such a weird like head shape. Like compared to what I normally am doing. I did not post a link for this. I don't know if I should have. I'm just worried because I'm having so much buffering issue right now that it's not necessarily worth posting about. This is a weird looking Nimi. I don't know. I like how when she re-debuted or debuted as Nimi, she started off with her little chibi model. I thought that was really fun. Boat goes Binted. Ha. Tiny Nimi was lots of fun, and I'm so glad. I posted about this on Twitter like a little bit, but I had some issues getting my Nimi, but it all worked out. Now I get to have her on the shelf, and she can feed off all of my nightmares, my work stress. Whatever she wants, she can have it. I don't know, when I do eyes, sometimes I'll do it like that. Whatever. Sometimes I'll do the actual, like, half circle. And I've had people say on some of my designs, it's like, oh, this looks like they're stoned. I'm like, okay, I guess I could kind of see that. I just kind of like that. I think it's a fun look. JP card wasn't approved yet. You had to get a JP card to get the Nimi. They had like a second run, I believe. Look at that big circle. Ah. But yeah, I don't buy as much merch these days. Just because money. But, you know, when I can, I do like to buy something physical. Oh, damn, that's awesome. Yeah, this whole connection thing is just bothering me, dude. I mean, of course, it's the one time that I'm like streaming to YouTube, but anyway, I'm trying not to let it bother me too much. Big head. My general rule of thumb for like drawing characters, I don't know if you guys ever heard there. Oh, I don't know what the name of that book is actually. Got it on my shelf. I'm gonna go. All right. Ugh. So, I found it. So it's not like one to one, the exact same. But I got this book when I was like a kid. It's called The Cartoonist's Workbook. And I think it says it's by Robin Hall. And I don't necessarily go off of this, but the one thing that I do remember is, how do they do it? They call it the Keyhole Ken style or whatever. Keyhole characters. And it's not like one-to-one like what I'm doing, but wow, it's that boy. It's me. But it's literally like what I think about. I'll do, you know, keyhole shape is kind of my base. Oh, howdy. I see you in there. And then, you know, obviously for like some of my characters, like, you know, I try and play with the shapes of heads and stuff. Character designs. Head. Woo-hoo-hoo. And then with like feet, what I've been kind of doing more of lately with my rough drawings. Something like that. Pointed. And I don't really draw good hands, you know. But that's it. That's how you draw the character. The character, any character. More or less. I like the way that Flash feels to draw in, and I like the way that it looks. And I've done stuff in Clip Studio, but I I default to Flash. Oh, da Fister. Alright, so what I wanted to do, I've been kind of rough doodling. Clip is hard to animate in. I feel like it's weird because of the way that Clip Studio kind of stacks all your layers it doesn't feel as intuitive to me as like this. I've got my timeline, frame, 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 frame. I think it's got similar. I mean, you can have a timeline in there. It just doesn't feel the same. I don't know. The Newgrounds roots. That's right. I liked Newgrounds. I'd say I still like it. I don't really visit it like I used to. I do support it. But you know. Look, the automaton. The automaton. So, where is it? I think I closed it. Basically, this here is gonna be, I don't know, gonna be a cartoon. This stream's fighting for its life, that's for sure. Yeah, so this, I was watching one of CC's streams, and she had this like bit she went on about eating the skin off of fruits, which I thought was kind of funny. And I clipped the audio, I cut it up a little bit, and I've got it kind of fit into like a 35-second thing. And so basically, let's see. Where is it? I don't need to open Audacity. You guys know what Audacity is. So here. But I've been using like Audacity directly. So this is kind of the audio that I'm looking at, and I was thinking to like do something with. And since this is kind of like a special stream, I feel like it's okay to show something that's not even a work in progress, just to kind of give you an idea about like the process. So like 35 seconds, this is kind of like what I've got.
Apple. With the skin on, of course. I also think you should eat plastic. So for example, if you buy something and it's wrapped in plastic, that's just a peel. You should eat it. Microplastics. That sounds appealing.
Tasty, tasty. Microplastics. I don't know. I thought that might make like a good short. Do something with that. So I haven't really done any real animations with just her. I did that short with her and Ryora. Biggest thing is I just have those eyes. And I'm not sure as far as the mouth goes, like I could always move the eyes up and then like, you know, draw a little mouth. Or I could do the little puppet mouth thing. I know Tives has got that on his 3D model, which looks pretty cool. But I'm trying to think of something else that can really make it stand apart. It's fine. It's fine as it is, but sometimes try and think like, what can I do to really, you know, make this special? So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna work with what I got for now. And then what I'll generally do, go through here, you know, start to break it down or whatever.
Of course you eat the apple or the orange. Yeah, of course.
So like what I might do, get this here. Maybe I could have caricatures. Oh, thank you. I'm on the right. Wait. Okay. Close that. Open this. All right. And then I will turn this back on. We'll mess around on here for, I don't know, maybe like 25, 30 minutes or something. I'm not looking to make this like a huge stream, just kind of give you a taste of a couple different things while you're here. I don't know. Maybe have like... This is like just a basic table desk thing. Oh, the other thing that I forgot, when setting up a new cartoon, insert a layer. I like using this VCam, which isn't not like built in to Flash. I don't even know where I got this. I don't even know where I got this. I've just been copying and pasting it between projects for years now. So if I ever lost it, I don't know. I don't know how I'd get it back. I guess I'd have to Google it and hope that I find the file again. But then, yeah, match times where... I know I was just gonna start like working on a new one, but like this is a good time to do this. So if I like pull up this old file, you can kind of see I've got all this stuff like invisible right now. I like my guide layers, backgrounds. So yeah, with the VCam, I'm able to do reconnected. Are we good? We good? Good. I feel so bad for you guys. I'm sorry for any kind of lagging. Green for green. Okay. Yeah, it's literally like last weekend I streamed like twice on, I'm not even gonna say it's YouTube. Because I'll be honest, I was having like full stream. So yeah, I wanted to follow through with my scheduled stream. Even though I was noticing a couple issues earlier this evening that might have been worth like delaying it. But, you know, we're here. We're going to make it happen. I'm going to power through. At least show off some stuff while we're here. Anyway. I can have, like, one shot. And then I can just move the camera around a bunch and it helps, like... helps move it, you know? Feel like the scene's, like, more dynamic than it is. Ah! And yeah, like this one, I made this for, you know, vertical video. Because half of my videos that I've been putting out, if not more, have been like shorts. I've been doing like some shorts, I've been doing some like, you know, full screen, whatever. And this is just like an example of one of those cartoons. And then, it's true. But it hasn't been this bad in a long time. Anyway. Yeah, so this is the this is that Gura Crony animation, which was pretty fun to make. Powered through this pretty good time, I think.
It's okay. They won't get angry.
Close that up. Don't save. So yeah, that's why I like to have a VCam, so I can move the camera around, make it feel more dynamic. I have a rough layer. I'll do like a rough VG. And then I'll do just a regular rough layer. The rough BG. Oh, no, this is etc ref. This is rough BG. This one I'll lighten up. And this one I'll darken up. And then a desk. Whatever. Be like apple. Gonna sleep. I'm glad you stopped by. Yeah, get some sleep. It's super late. You went in? I'm trying. I'm fighting my internet connection right now. It's kind of my biggest problem. But I have her head maybe like more ovally. I don't know. But, you know, kind of loosen some stuff up. Now the problem is, I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do about her mouth. Because I know in that Rora cartoon, I did have, like, space for one, because she went like this, like, ah. What I really like doing is doing this kind of head, where it's like, ah, big blob. Almost like made out of clay. Cannon mouth. What I could do... I do. Yes! Yes, I am going to finish Psychopomp Gold tomorrow. Do that tomorrow evening. Do not have a time. Actually, this might be a good chance. Does this stream have a description? Or something? I don't know. It's not that big a deal. I was gonna... Heart rate win. Next time I play Five Nights at Freddy's. Very fair. This is awesome. I completely forgot. Oh, stream settings? No. Then on Twitch. Twitch has like its own ecosystem, and I'll go over there occasionally to watch certain people live, but most of the time I kind of stick to YouTube. And I think it was mostly through I think it was mostly due to like watching Hololive stream that I even got into like watching streams at all. Copy. Go here. There we go. Now she looks all official. She's got a desk. She's got like 2 certificates on the board or on the wall behind her. And then I'm kind of vibing with this layout. Very classic. Ooh, I actually have a good idea here. There we go. Kind of vibing with this. Yeah, I get that too. There is some cool Twitch integration that I've messed around with in the past, but I generally like being on YouTube. Even though I don't like streaming on YouTube as much, just because it like, I don't know, I feel like it kind of clogs up my... I don't know, I feel like it clogs up my channel because people subscribe to me for, you know, my cartoons. And some people might like checking out the streams, but I don't think that's why most people would subscribe. So I relegate that off to Twitch for the rare occasion. Okay. I know they separate it by the tabs now. And I guess people don't have to, like, have their notifications turned on or whatever, because that's also something I'd worry about. It's like, oh, here's another cartoon. Oh, wait, it's just a stream. Anyway, I don't know. It's just how I've kind of thought about it in the past. Why I haven't like streamed on YouTube as much. Num num. Num num. Wait a minute, why am I making her head go out like that? Why don't I have her like move the apple closer with her hand? I don't know. It is just kind of funky. Funky. There's a different vibe catching streams live compared to like watching the VODs, but I'm definitely the type of person that I'll enjoy both. I know some people won't watch VODs. And yeah, I get that. But I don't know. I can enjoy them. You miss out on the interaction aspect of it, but I don't feel like I do a lot of like interacting besides like send a message here and there. Not expecting anything, you know. I guess that's why checking out smaller streamers is fun, because even like here, you know, I can kind of communicate with you guys. It's not just like zooming past. Yeah, I think it's fun. I agree, yeah, appreciate everything. I like checking out bigger streams because I feel like there's less pressure for me as like a viewer. I also like checking out smaller streams, but then I feel like, well, I gotta say something, and I gotta, you know, I gotta participate a little bit. I don't know. I'm just a dude. I'm not a community. Oh yeah, this would be kind of funny.
With the skin on, of course.
Ooh, you know what I could do? Add this to the background. Actually, this could be like a good... It's a background, but it's kind of like a foreground element. This will be like the computer. There. The little computer monitor will be just there. Yeah, I'm just a comic dud. I'm just a dud. What I like about Cece from some of the streams I've watched of her is she has like these different like variations on herself, like Immer Red and stuff like that. And oh wait, wrong layer. I know her like April Fools. I I think that's when she was doing her like tax thing. Never send a message. More fun to chat in small streams since you can actually communicate. Oh yeah. I've sent like I've sent maybe like 1 or 2 super chats in my time. As far as like financial support, I do have some memberships, but I just hate that I haven't seen as much of CC stuff as I really should, because every time I catch any people that I want to, yeah, go to sleep, get some rest. But I appreciate you stopping by. Num num. That Gura short like twice a day. Which Gura? Which Gura short? The one with Crony? The one I was looking at earlier? Try and get all distracted. Yep.
With the skin on, of course. With the skin on, of course. Of course, you eat the apple or the orange. Yeah. With the.
I like what I got going here so far. I could make that so it's easier to. When it comes to like how I redesign characters, I generally feel like, you know, I kind of stick to a lot of the same basic designs, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's all part of the style, so I guess it's fine. It is. As long as it's recognizable, you know it. Crony design. I'm very proud of that. And it's really funny because I think it was the first EN Reco. I made a tweet about it. I was like, wait a minute, I forgot I had this like Crony design in my back pocket.
With the skin on, of course. Of course, you eat the apple or the orange. Yeah.
Now, I am like kind of worried because as I'm already kind of like blocking this out, I'm like, viewer retention. Viewer retention, what's that?
Apple.
Num 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 num.
With the skin on, of course, you eat the apple or the orange. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So I already kind of like broke it off right here because I think that's like a good stopping point. To like change it up. However. Wow. Okay. Let's see, we're back. Higher entity changes from... Yeah, I love animating GG. Do I have a smiling one of these? No. Oh yeah, so this is how my thing works. I've got this set up like a front facing, and then like this one I'm like drawing. I don't have a lot of like poses and stuff for my artist model. Like when I'm facing it like this, I'm not actually like smiling. Oh, let's get back in here. I do worry about... I want to say like viewer retention, because if I can't stay like engaged, then I know someone else won't be. And I hate, you know, everything having to be like super fast. But I know that keeping people's attention can be kind of hard. I know when I was making that Shondo animation, I was trying to keep stuff in like 7-second sections, increments, in order to keep the flow moving pretty quickly. And it wasn't always 7 seconds, but that's around like how long each little section was.
With the skin on, of course you.
What I can do here. Do it like this. Then I'm gonna do it like this. I do have my onion skinning on, I'm sure you can tell. I'll mess around on here for a little bit and then we'll jump to something else. Wow. I don't know, I guess I could always open... Alright, good. I can open it up and say, hey, you know, if you guys have any, like, questions or anything. I don't know what kind of questions you would have. I'm just, like, just animating. Usually just work on stuff at night, you know. Hey, wait a minute.
Of course you.
I usually just work on stuff at night, you know, doing like a drawing or two. Do I like cheese? Holy shit, that is the best question. Cheese kinda kicks ass. I think I could have cheese every day. Cheese is like practically perfect, dude. Wow. A lot of people agreeing with that. Guinness cheese. What the hell? Alright, I need to see. Oh, I see. Oh. Whoa. Guinness cheese. I need to look to see where I can buy some of that. Damn. Beer cheese. Oh. Find your style inspiration, especially with GG. Oh, almost never make her look the same twice, just wondering. Let me save this before I forget. I guess with, like, style inspiration, I don't think I could point to any, like, one specific thing, but I can say that I definitely grew up on, like, early Nicktoons and, like, early YouTube and Newgrounds. And then with Gigi, I try not to, you know, fuss about making her look too similar, because I think it adds to her, like, chaotic charm. And even her ahoge, or whatever, I've started drawing it kind of like that, even though it should technically be, like, that. I don't know, sometimes making it look like a big blob is kind of funny. And then... I don't know. Yeah, doing the big blob faces like this. This... It's not like one-to-one, but I kind of think of, I don't even know how accurate this is, but I almost think of, like, Joni Pepper. Some of the way that she does her animations feels very kind of loose and blobby. Online animators you are a big fan of. I know when I was, like, younger, it was definitely, like, you know, your basic, like, Oni, and Psychic Pebbles and Eagle Raptor. As far as like internet animators. And there was like I don't know, there was definitely like a handful of other Newgrounds people, YouTube people. There are people that are still like kind of like inspiring and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know, man. There's some people. There are some people that I've met. Juru. Oh yeah, definitely. Say that they're definitely like super cool. Dude, those punch time animations are like kind of amazing. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Oh, who's that one? I'm gonna figure it out. Casa Van de Poel. That's right. That's right. Now that animator, he uses what is it? It's Moho now. Moho animation software. And that software used to be Anime Studio back in the day, but that's all like rigged animation. I used to have like Anime Studio Pro 8, I think is what it was at the time. Anime Studio 8. Yeah, that's the one. Pretty sure that's the one I got. I saw it at a I think it was like a Target. Yeah, actually, let me open this link or this image. I saw this box at like a Target or something, and I was like, oh shit, animation software. I can make my own like cartoons. And yeah, I got this, and I actually made like a couple of cartoons with like a good friend of mine back in like high school. Like high school, middle school, whatever. I don't know, it was like maybe freshman year, something like that. But like, this turned into Moho Studios, Moho Animation. And it's actually like being used for some really cool stuff right now. And I think this is one of those programs that has like a perpetual license. I'm thankful that you came by it all and were sticking through despite this stuff. But you have a good night. Anyway, I've never been like... I like doing some, gosh, I do some like frame by frame stuff. And I've definitely got, you know, a good handful of frame by frame stuff in here. But I also take a lot of shortcuts, and my stuff isn't nearly as smooth as it could be.
Of course you eat the apple or the orange. Yeah.
But
Or the orange, yeah. Of course you eat the apple or the orange, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
okay, we're good. Okay, so it's been over 30 minutes. Been doing the little bit of bouncing back and forth, but so I kind of roughed out something here. I've got like a basic back,
The apple or the orange, yeah. Yeah, of course.
and I think I can do something with this next week. I gotta finish this cartoon. Which this is like a, this is like a Henya thing. This has some like loops and lops in it. Also, I've got my intro branding, whatever. Alright. What was the next thing that I was gonna... Did a little bit of doodling, a little bit of the animation process. Could open up... Here's my Clip Studio. Can't get enough connection. But I think this breaker box turned out pretty good. I didn't get very creative with the backgrounds in here, which I don't know. Maybe I'll go back. Maybe I'll go back over these tomorrow, kind of see how I'm feeling. Invigorating enough for the viewers? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that with the one I'm working on right now. But I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna put it out. Because I think it's got some, like... it's got, like, some good parts to it. The problem is, you know, if I start dropping projects because, like, I don't think they're good enough, then that just leads me down a slippery slope of not putting anything out there. Where it's like sometimes, maybe it's not like an animation, but sometimes I'll put out, like, some janky art, and I think it's like not that funny. Where'd that go? Yeah, like this, I thought this was kind of like stupid, but it ended up getting a lot of likes on Twitter. I was like, okay, all right. And then here you can see some of the behind the scenes of that Botan drawing. I did that as a commission. So I was coming up with some different like styles and ideas for it. And then they ended up going with that one. And you can see my like rendering process. Render out some like sketches. Get the figure. Do lines, then my colors. Yeah, it was fun to do. It was fun to do that. Num num num. But I liked this first one I did because I gave Botan like a very like oval head. I had to like redraw like part of this because Flash sometimes has an issue where like you can see the colors got all filled in black where they shouldn't be. Like they have like a disease or something. So I had to like go in and like redo it. That's why it looks like slightly different. Wait a minute. Did I forget the color? What? I probably posted that without the top color there. What the hell? Roni. Here, you can see some other sketches. Look, I got some, I don't think I posted these ever because I didn't, you know, want to, but got some Callie and Gigi, some Grims. And then, like a very, this is not how I usually draw Callie right now, but I drew like a very rough doodle of them, like holding hands. Oh. Stickers would be kind of kick-ass. Oh. Did you see the Botan, the laser engraving? It was yeah, the person I did that commission for, like, he asked if he could like laser engrave that onto some mags, and it turned out really cool. Like, I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm gonna pull it up. Supported me. Followed me. What the hell? What the hell? I didn't even plugged it or anything. Okay. But did you see this? I thought this was really cool. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's like laser engraved. That's like sick. What goes minted? Sticker for the binder. I think it would be cool to get some stickers, because I would use some stickers. I would put some stickers on my my freaking laptop, dude. Tree. Some of these don't always like turn into anything. This was me at the beginning of the year. That was kind of fun. What goes minted? Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of a... I don't know. I think a lot of this feels very childish to me as far as like art. Cause like, what is this? What are we looking at here? PG want uppies? But I'm able to like live with that. Work it into something that I feel like halfway decent about. And then like, what is this? Like, this is such an exaggeration of the like crony that I usually draw. Like, her head's usually like big, body small, legs, whatever. But her head's like super small in this drawing. That's the, yep, there we go. I like that, yeah. Jess. Character and personality much better than Solus AI slap. See, if there's one thing I can say about myself, an AI would not want to copy this nonsense. That was really fun. I liked that. I made the freaking, like, you know, the chain take up her whole body there. No. I'm gonna have to make a new, like, drawing file at some point, but I'm just kind of using the same... one. This is when I was trying to draw, the Creepcast. I was listening to a lot of Creepcast there for a while, and then I haven't finished, like, I think their last 2 videos they did. I don't know. Or meat. I'm kind of like on and off about Meat Canyon. Turtle. Whoa. I was trying to come up with some like good turtle designs, and I couldn't get anything that I was like super happy with. Or in what way? I don't know. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that, for his personality, and other times I'm just like, I'm not really in the mood. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I posted this or not. Because I was trying to draw out more League of Legends characters at one point. I think the point with like Meat Canyon for me is, I don't know. I was watching because his Papa Meat channel, he put out a couple videos recently. I watched his newest Secret Lives of Mormon Women or whatever, and it's just like recapping a reality show that I'm never gonna watch, and I basically watched the whole video, but like, did I really get anything out of that besides just the whole like the swig break? I don't know. Sometimes it's just like visual audio junk food, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, and this was when I was coming up with because she was doing her like cleaning stream. She was doing her cleaning stream. That was really fun. And I was like, man, what could I do for that? And I was like, do a little picture, and then I ended up doing that animation. Yeah. Little creature spotted. I think I was watching a Papa Meat video today about, I don't know, like psychics, mediums, like crystal ball people. And as I was like listening to it, I was like, this feels like just enough information to present in a video, but not enough information for me to feel like I'm actually getting anything out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like junk food. The best part about that video was the very beginning. His little skits he does in his, like, fake house. Because I love his set design. I love his creature design. I love all his, like, his furniture and appliances that he's, like, made and he's had made for him. And that he gets puppeted. I think that stuff's really cool. And then he gets, like, into the videos and it's fine. Yeah. League of Legends? Yeah. This is where I got the, Actually, this picture was kind of stupid. And I know this doesn't matter, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. This Gmod background was actually kind of hard to find because I was trying to replicate that dog picture. But it uses a different version of this map than what is like currently there. So the layout was not the same. And so I had to go looking for it's Construct, but it's not the current Construct. It's like an old version of Construct. And I had to find like a Construct, like a mod with this version in it to get this like angle. Like I took this background picture myself to try and like match up with the dog meme or whatever. And then I ended up like taking another picture and then like trying to, you know, compress it as many times as I could. And this was when I was playing, I tried playing Baldur's Gate, and I had like 2 streams that I did here on YouTube. But that game's such an investment. And then I did not take the time to get fully invested. I think it was more so like the mechanics, like I wasn't fully getting I don't know. The point was I died a couple times and I didn't want to like go back in and get it all worked out so I could keep powering through it. And eventually I'll play it again, but I'm gonna need to set some time aside for it because, you know, that's like all games, like everything now, it's like such an investment that I'm not willing to commit to. GG. Yeah. And a banana when I was trying to come up with some like designs for her. Not enough time. Some references. Poses and stuff. Boat goes? Like Doom? Doom came out. I really wanted to play Doom. And I haven't bought it. I haven't played it yet. That Claire, you know, Expedition 33. I heard that game's amazing. I'd like to play that at some point. But I'm not going to. I just don't know when. Boat goes hinted? This was me trying to come up with some like designs for Shondo. You can see I had it a little bit more squished out here. This was a little bit more lanky. And then this I kind of settled on the like oval head, basic body. Did that, and then I did the version with like Gordon Freeman's outfit. Which, what I did with that video was I put part 1 on it as kind of like a tease, like I'll make another, and eventually I will, right? Right, I'm sure I'll make another one at some point. Yeah. You can kind of see how this like develops a little bit. I don't know, right now I guess I'm just kind of going through some of these like drawings and stuff from this year, sketches and stuff. See, I had like dots and mouth and everything. The final is definitely the most, okay. I think it turned out pretty good. Some of these were really too sketchy. That was fun. I like I can put like a simple shadow on here, which just adds a little bit of depth. Oh, thank you. Let's see, it does have the, it does. Okay. So this is the most expressive version of my model, is for when I'm gaming. Because I've got basic gaming, smile gaming, gaming, angry gaming. Grr, I'm so angry. And I'm looking at you gaming. Reconnected. Actually, let me show you real quick. Hop over here. This was my first. I set it up so it would be like a webcam. Alright guys, today we're gonna be playing some gaming. That's good, actually. That's what I want. I want people to appreciate GG. GG deserves the appreciation. Oh, all of my... Alright guys, on today's stream, we're gonna be looking at some bullshit here, you know. We've got a gremlin, you know, kissing some beats. I don't know why she would do that, but yeah, apparently that's something she wants to do. And this nondescript automaton, very strange, very weird. My multiple versions of Shiori, as I tried to figure out the best way to present her. Oh, do. And then finally, that one. Then used my own hand for reference, so I think that's fine. Yeah, it was it was pretty rough. I was trying to I don't know if I have. I know this kind of breaks the immersion that I had earlier, but I'm gonna stick the screen like this for now just because I think it's kind of funny. I don't think I've drawn Ollie. I think the realistic hand is funny. Let's see. If I were to do a quick... Let's see. I'm just looking up some reference real quick. Alright. Put this here. This here. Obviously her head and everything. Actually, wait a minute. There we go. I've got the pen now. Now it makes sense. Dropping frames, but we're back. Ooh, what if I do like... If I do this, like long oval. See, I'm better than AI. I can draw nonsense. Her hair doesn't even like go that high though. Wowzers. We're just gonna do this real quick. I think I can pull it off. No, Smalley is perfect. I like having, like, the big eyes kind of overlapping things. I think that's fun. Oh, and then I think... give her, like, that kind of mouth, maybe. And actually, that's like that. Comicdud. Oh, more like comic is a dud. Thank you. You understood the assignment. Love my work. What? I guess that makes sense if you're here. Thank you, thank you. I very much love hearing that. Makes it really does make my day. Because I see myself as kind of a comic dud. Alright, what if I do like this? It's funny because this is supposed to just be a collar. This isn't like supposed to be the bow. But like that. That way the bow can go here. I'm gonna make the eraser smaller. I tried to choose a song from the YouTube like library so that it would be like, you know, something I could save the VOD for. TV GG gag reminded me. The I don't know, I think that bit, it's got to be kind of common in like other shows and stuff too. It wasn't, I wouldn't say that it was inspired like intentionally. Maybe unintentionally. Because I feel like I've seen shows do that sort of like, you know, open before. But definitely on Smiling Friends. I just try and make stuff fit, you know what I mean? I thought it would be really funny to pretend like they were just hanging out. Like one of their rooms, you know? And actually, I feel really weird about that opening. Because, it was like a very small audio sample. So it should be fine. But I probably should have just done something else. I just really liked that. I liked that audio, you know what I mean? And I thought it would be nice to slip it in there. Okay, so this is going to be... No, we're not good. Thought it worked great. Well, that's good. I'm glad it was well received. Oh. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I was checking an update. Alright. I have an idea. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. You might find it funny. That's how I get my like screenshots. Usually, I just kind of like use the snipping tool. Ollie sketch. Post that. Perhaps. Did this quick. Oh. Celebrating. Ah, whatever. Alright, I'll post that. There we go. And close Twitter. Snipping tool's my favorite tool. Okay. I did this animation of Claire from Twitter the other day. Because I thought that would be kind of funny. You know, sometimes you gotta just do stuff. You know? I'm about to bust. I don't know. Is there any, behind the scenes stuff from any of my animations I put out this year you might be interested in? I don't know how much, you know, would be worth seeing. Ooh, I could do... Cancel. I could do this one. That's something. At least look at this for a minute. What's funny about this one is, I know I was talking up my, I know I was talking up that VCam earlier, but this animation did not have the VCam. This was all just like purely how it displayed itself. Society. And this one was funny because I was trying to make something... I want to say fast.
Why is it BOGOs then?
Boat goes?
Distracted. I was trying to make something fast, and so a lot of this is just like looping animation of her bouncing and Crony standing. It's a lot of like reused animation, and that's why I was trying to throw in a bunch of different GG designs here and there to break up the monotony.
Goes Vincent!
But yeah, I was kind of surprised with how well this one got received, but all good things.
Yeah.
I've got like the whole head animated like with lip syncing and stuff in here. And actually I've got like, yeah, it all kind of times itself out. Crony's got these little flaws, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. It kind of makes it hard to see what her hands are doing. And then the other thing was, where was it? This whole section, I've seen someone say they really like the square GG I have up there. Which I've never drawn her square again, but this section I was like, well, I'll just cut in with some, you know, Sims footage. Let me, I was like, let's cut in with like some Sims footage, and I recorded that Sims footage myself, and I feel like I should have recorded it in the daytime because that footage is way too dark. Not my best moment. Close. But you know, mistakes are made. Then you move on, and actually, if this opens up. This was originally, I was originally gonna like draw the Sims, and then I'm like, what am I doing with this guy? What is this guy? I started drawing something and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. So I gave up. I gave up on drawing. And I was like, we'll fill it in. This man's name. You stare into his eyes and you tell me what you think his name is. Who is this man? What crimes has he committed? Andrew Dudley. Some very good options. Gary. He's Andrew Dudley Gary. That's his first, middle, and last name. No, he only has 3 names. 4 names would be kind of pushing it. More? More. I'm about to bust. Yum.com. I liked this one. I kind of wish I had like finished this out because this is kind of nice. I've drawn Liz. I've got Liz in here somewhere. I'll find her. I'll find her. There's Liz. The only problem is I'm not committed to this design. I don't know if this is like, if I were to animate her, if I would do it like this. But this is how I have her looking right now. I did draw her like this before, which I thought was really funny. Her and Narissa. See? So I don't know. I don't know if I'm committed to that or not. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know, sorry. I drew a couple of these pictures and I thought they were really funny, jumping between, but I just didn't have anything to do with them. Then I ended up posting this one instead. The guy, oh, don't look at that. Comicdud shows his ass on stream. Alright, we're almost to that 2-hour mark. So, I don't want it to like go on too much longer than that, actually. Scandal ass. Scandal ass. Ha ha ha. Designs personality and their own charm. I still can't believe they're... I really try. Because I feel like a lot of it is very samey in my head. So hearing that does, you know, put my mind at ease a little bit. Dropping frames here. Alright, not dropping frames currently. Alright, what I'm going to do while I'm here, I'm gonna plug my Twitch. I'll plug my Twitch. You know, if you haven't followed me over there, if you ever want to watch me play games, I might play a game once a month. But I'll be using like my model and my whole rig and stream setup and everything. And tomorrow we're gonna be playing Psycho Pump, which I had started that last week, so we'll be finishing it tomorrow night. That will be fun. And then I know some of you found my coffee page. So, yeah, when I get a follower on Twitch, it activates my security camera. Let's just get out of that, alright? Then I'll make that chat box go away, because we're not on Twitch right now. That's one of the things I like about Twitch, is I've got a lot of, interactive stuff kind of set up, that I don't have for YouTube. Stuff like that security camera, for instance. But, yeah. You can go over there and check it out next time I game. Then the coffee. Check out my Twitter. I'm sure a lot of you are from the Twitter anyway. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Let's go back to Comicdud's Corner. Aha. Here we are. Comicdud's Corner. Well, thank you. That gets a heart from me, fam. I want to keep making cartoons. As long as I can, I want to keep putting out cartoons during like once a week. The only problem is if I want to do like weekly cartoons, I have to keep them like you know, around a minute or less. If I have any other bigger projects, then it's going to take longer. And I don't, you know, I don't know. I do have a big project technically started. My big plan for those of you that are here is I want to make a an Ian Reco animation. And I've already got that all kind of blocked out in a sense. So that's gonna be the big project, is an Ian Reco. Oh yes, you like my poster I have over here? People will wait for quality trust. Take it as you will, but I've never seen you post on social media. It's exactly I expect you to. Personality shining through your art. Ah. Where's my... I know I have another emote in here. There it is. Oh yeah, there's my dancing emote. For when I feel like dancing. Or if I feel like... nom 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 nom. Snacking. Nom 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 nom. Alright, well, I appreciate y'all kind of like sticking through this with me. I've had a lot of lag, kind of been powering through. And I'm glad it didn't completely like crash and I've been able to like keep it going. But you know, here's to more subscribers, more funny videos, more animations, more art. And yeah, maybe some like commissions and stuff down the road. Never know. So until next time, I'm gonna throw you to... Which scene should I throw you to? I will throw you to my TV channel scene.
But they did communicate the purpose.
They gave them 5
And-
words to learn.
If you want if you want to, for example, use a dog as evidence, let me show you Bunny. God fucking damn it. Brandon's former employer wants to keep advertising.
Did they just say 420 life-saving medicines?
The only one. So just give
Can
it a
you
minute.
rotate it so it's normal?
I mean,
Sorry.
are